Alright, let's go with this stream. Hang on, I've got to make sure I can see my chat. There we go. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so we're gonna check out my ghast farm real quick. I just created a, a TNT thing, TNT building machine. You gotta love working on a server where it's a little bit of latency. Good times. Alright, so yesterday I made a TNT crafting, auto crafting station thing. I'll drop a tutorial on that on the channel fairly soon. Come on. I'll drop a tutorial on that fairly soon. Just gonna show it real quick. If we have a look in there, there's my ghast farm. So we have put sand there and there. Then we've got enough gunpowder. Yep. So it's going to get enough in there once that. All right. So the light's on. Wait. Oops. Got to turn that off. There we go. Okay, so now it is crafting the TNT in here. As you can see, it's pretty much as fast as it can be because, see, it fills up and then basically as soon as it goes, so it's the clock is designed to run basically at the right speed. Alright, so we've got that. Let's turn this off. I'll have to do something about that light because now with this it doesn't. Anyway, you get the point. Okay, so we have, let's jump up here real quick just to show farm in action. So I've got this is a 2 density farm at the moment, so it's a modification on a Silent Whisperer design. So it's a combination of styles. So there's a whole lot of platforms down there which shoot the ghast up into here, and then it uses the rail conveyor system to bring them into here. That way I only need to have 3 of the trident killers. So works quite nicely, and the glass on the top keeps them in place while they are turning into mincemeat. And then we've got a hopper chain that sends everything through to bulk storage. So there's one there, and there's one couple of, well, whatever it is outside the 4 chunk. So we're on a Sim 6 at the moment. So there's one, that chunk there. This is the central chunk, so as long as I'm here. And then there's another one out over there. Let's drop off this sand real quick. Yeah, that's my blackstone. Sorry, had my noisy mouse. Alright, now to do some nether mining. Whoa! Spinning time. Here we go. Okay, so off to do some ancient debris mining. I've already filled up with a couple of, took one of the shulkers of TNT that I crafted yesterday and have filled up all the things. So the reason why we're doing this is I've decided that the top of the pyramid, which you may have seen in some of the previous streams, or on the channel, the top of the pyramid is going to be a netherite beacon, because I think that will just finish the thing off nicely. But to do so, we're going to need to get a lot of ancient debris. So nearly back home. You can see the nether hub down there. Come on. Alright, so my tunnel for that is, so that's my central portal. The tunnel is down here. And it's a shame that we don't have powdered snow doesn't break your fall anymore, but I've used this vine with string on the top, and that does the job just nicely. So down here. Let's grab this real quick. I'm going to need glass pane. Don't need that in there. And packed ice. Shovel goes there. Gonna have, yep, good. And I've got a bow to heal my current bow. So all this area has been mined out. It's been a minute. Let's let the chunks loading to catch up. If you've just joined the stream, say hi. Just hanging out. Oh. Make sure he's okay. Got a couple people on this morning, which is pretty good. Well, I mean, it's probably night time for them. But it's morning here, and we are in the middle of a basalt delta at the moment. Come on, I don't want to be stuck here. It's not the best place. Sometimes you get gusts that spawn and start shooting things, and blowing up is not fun. Nearly there. Here we go. Alright. So I'm just on the far end of the basalt delta. So this is where we're up to so far. Generally just need to kind of clear things out. I do have a pack on that makes, it's called glowing ores, just to make it easy to see the debris so that I don't miss it. So essentially what we do is fire at this target block, and then that moves all these. So it's a modification of a design by a Silent Whisperer. The bores, like each module bore itself, is the same one that Silent Whisperer used. However, I've modified it so that it goes centrally. So this is my design. Don't want that gust to see me. So it uses, hey, redstone slime's on. So it uses this module here to move it. Yeesh. No. Okay. So it uses this module here to move both sides. So I guess the modules themselves are kind of, well, this connector is flipped. And I've actually made it closer together, so you notice if you've ever used the Silent Whisperer design, I can't remember what the distance is on his, but mine is, let's go here, and actually that's a bad example. Let's go this way. Just a bad example because it's got the central one, but this is the actual. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blocks between the two. And what that does, because I think he has it a little bit further apart, but what that does is it means that, like in his, you have these big ridges that go up in between, and it's hard to run between each one. So by moving it to have a 7 block gap in between, it makes it significantly easier and quicker to do all the mining. Let's grab this debris. Hey Tanya! Whoop, oh my gosh. Lag jumping is not cool. Let's see if I can see if it works. Tanya's method of crouch jumping. Alright, so now I've got some debris. Let's set it up the way that I normally like it. So that's there. Get rid of these. Don't want that. That goes there. And let's just fill this with black stone. Keep soul sand, and then later when there's some gold, I'll grab that. So debris, let's go. So I am collecting blackstone for basically around my iron tower 16 village thing. I am building, well, Orthanc from Lord of the Rings, at least my interpretation of it, and that requires many shulkers of blackstone. So I'll just grab this real quick. Thing is, you've got to mine the blackstone out anyway, otherwise, well, because the TNT explosions don't get rid of it fast enough, particularly a chunk like this, and so you don't want to run into issues. I'm not going to be so fussy with it this time. Normally I'd probably clear all of it out, but that's good enough. So you see, it just makes it so much easier to travel through this part if you don't have all those ridges that come from, I guess, maximizing the distance. But hello, so I've moved from a basalt delta into a soul sand valley, which is just spectacular. It's fine. The only one let me grab that, set that up. Nope. I don't know. If you noticed with the most recent version, it doesn't, like, how can I show it? It doesn't, like, it's weird. It doesn't do smooth, it doesn't go in, come on. It doesn't go in smoothly. So, like, if we pick that up, I don't know. Something I've noticed and can't seem to replicate, which is just fantastic. Okay. Don't particularly care about the quartz, I'll just pick it up later. That blackstone there, not so fussed. I've already got like 5 shulkers of blackstone. Should be coming close to how much I need, but I do like to get the gold. And I assume you know that if you smelt the gold in this state, so if you silk touch it and smelt it, you get far more gold than if you were to fortune it and combine the nuggets. Alright. So let me get to a better position up here. Much ghasts. So this should show it nicely. So we hit that center one, and then all of them on both sides, they're all moving at the same time. So there's 14 modules for this. There we go. Now it's firing off the TNT. And like magic. And we just have to go and clear up any lava, because that's going to break the explosions. Alright. That's a little close. So like with the Silent Whisperer design, it moves twice for each TNT. So you don't have to completely clear things out. More stuff will go. Man, it's so much better now not having to worry about the magma. I've just spent the last couple hundred at least blocks dealing with magma. They're just not fun. I'm not quite so fussy about gathering all the stuff. I do collect the stuff, like the flint and steel, and then I've also got this, probably should eat. So I've done different ways, like in a previous one. So no, so the boar So Akamitsu was asking what board design did I use. So the base, each module is essentially Silent Whisperer's design as modified since his videos have come out. Like you have to change this to this, and I think that's mentioned in, he's either got a follow-up video or he's got a it's in the comments. So you need a bore like this. So you got 1, 2, 3 bottom slabs. I always put a light here. You can have a solid block, but a light just kind of keeps the mobs down. And I also put a light here, which keeps the mobs down. So each bore, this is the same build as Silent Whisperer. However, mine are closer together than in his. So there's 7 block gap between the bore ends, and then I've made this central one here and kind of flipped one side. So it's a modification on a Silent Whisperer design. So just kind of check. You also got to look up the top, make sure that no gravel has fallen. New. I don't know why these guys are so aggro. Saw him coming a mile away. Yeah, so I don't have the best. Hello, who dis? Hey, Cyclone. Let's see if he pays attention. So with the way the things load, you just have to make sure that you stay roughly in the center, and then both ends. See you, Akamitsu. Thanks for checking in. Alright, so we've got all of this. There's some debris over here. Yep. Oh, come on. Whoop. Generally, it's a good idea to keep your eye on the floor, because sometimes what happens is if it gets stuck or something, the TNT falls and then lands on the floor, and you get all kinds of issues. So that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna have to clear out some of this black stone, otherwise it's going to interrupt the bore mining process. Main thing really is that it is clear of the top and also the sticky piston slime. I can never seem to remember the name of the thing. Alright, that'll be good. So the TNT will break some of the blackstone, just not all of it. Ah, thanks, Cyclone. Just gotta clear this, because as long as it is underneath, like it'll take out some of it, but just as long as it's underneath there. Eesh. So I use an infinity bow for this, just so that I don't have to deal nice work, Cyclone. The rates haven't exactly tested, because what I find is that I haven't tested with this particular one. Yeah, simple contraption. So yeah, so much talking. trying to focus on multiple conversations, both in the stream chat and in the in-game chat. It's all good. I can think and talk. Yes. So on the rates, because it really depends. I find it. I find debris kind of comes in waves rather than all straight away. So yeah, it's alright. I have. Oh, Falcon and Scotty have both been killed by zombies. What are they doing? So I used a boar, like the original one. I used the original boar, and I mean, rates are alright, but it's more a case of I can just come in and just fire this stuff off. Also, when you're talking about rates, do you include on average? I have no idea. That's the truth of it. Just because I've not really paying as much attention, because like sometimes I'm gathering all the blackstone, and so that if you're talking rates of debris, no actual idea. I should probably at some point do like, how much debris can I gain in 1 hour? That would probably be a good thing to do. Just need to clear that. This blackstone is problematic. It's just a little too close to my ball. There we go. Yeah, that's all clear. Good. So many magma. Okay. It's funny, if you get the angle right, it actually shoots the arrow forward, which isn't necessarily a good thing. Oh, hello magma. So yeah, fired it forward. And this is why I have the glass and stuff in place. Okay, again, still more. Well, I don't know what it is about jumping in this one. I think it's the latency between Australia and American servers that is causing me grief. But I find it often registers the jumps as flying and then flings me into a hole, which is just a little weird. Yeah, it's fine. Just as long as it doesn't. There we go. That is often caused by. See, did it again. Short King, no, this is a SMP, it's called GuildRock. So, Cyclone's around here somewhere. We've got a couple of people on at the moment, which is cool, always good to play with friends. And one good thing about using this boar is when it explodes, you get it breaks up the quartz and sometimes gold if you haven't grabbed it in time. But with mending on your tools, it means that things all heal, and so you can keep mining basically indefinitely. That's a bit close. Like, it might be fine, but better. Oh. See, I forgot the Tanya method. Come on. Alright. Hey, that was a good choice. And I always have my debris in the hotbar, just so that I know that I have collected it all, because sometimes it disappears. Just that. Right. Gold, gold, gold. Huh. Here we go. How's everyone doing today? You all, hopefully you got better weather than we've got. See, there's cycling. Cycling, doing cycling things. It's been raining pretty badly here. Hopefully it doesn't cause the stream too much interruption. So you don't want to fire off the second one until... Oh, is that more debris? Yeah, more debris up there. See, that took out some of the black stone, but it won't take out all of it if it's in the way. And I always like to mine around a little when I find debris, just to, because there's often a lot of stuff buried. Right. So much gold. So for people who've jumped on since I started, the plan is, the reason why I'm doing this debris, oh my gosh. Reason why I'm doing this debris mining and collecting all this, apart from the fact that I sell debris and netherite in the shopping district, is I've decided that the perfect topper to my pyramid that I've been building, you've probably seen on, it's on my channel, or you might have seen in some of the recent streams. I've decided to do a netherite beacon at the top, so gonna need to get a little bit of debris. Got a bit of TNT in here, and then at the start of the stream I showed the new TNT autocrafter that I built for this mining session. Didn't build it on the mining session though. Interior to the pyramid. Well, I don't know that it's going to have an interior per se. It's more a interior exterior. So it's more that it's got floors that are semi-open to the elements. Oh, there's another one over there. Redstone slime, you're funny. Gonna replace my giant pyramid with netherite blocks. Sure, and creative. I mean, I'm sure it would look great. I don't know. You'd also have to replace the black glass, because it just wouldn't look good with black glass and netherite. I don't know. I'm not really a builder, but it just doesn't seem like it would look any good. But yeah, so basically going to have custom landscaping. Have you not seen the pyramid? It's already got the landscaping around the base. I know I haven't really done that much recently, and Cyclone's probably a little bit more sensitive to when things change, because it's right in, like, it fills up the view from his base. Sorry, Cyclone. Oops, that was a mistake. Why did I take damage there? Bedrock, weird. So I have been working on working on the next stages in creative, and so the top of the pyramid, basically going to do we need any more over here? No, that looks good. So it's essentially going, jumping would be good. It's essentially going to be a netherite beacon at the top, and then kind of opposite that, I guess, is going to be, let's make sure that's all good. What? You don't live there anymore. You moved house, finally. It's alright. It's a nice looking dump. So I guess underneath, almost like a inverted beacon, I'm gonna have a gold beacon looking thing underneath that, so that should be cool. And I think I'm gonna kind of make it look like it's floating on top of the pyramid, but yeah, still gotta build a couple of floors before then. So I'm sure I'll be doing some on live stream and some that'll be in video only. Thing is with those, like, it's just a lot of careful placing of blocks. Make sure that's one lower. That'll be good. All right. Oh my gosh, this is a big one. I have discovered that, like, I think it's, I don't know whether it's only in the basalt deltas, but I've only ever seen it in basalt deltas, but just below the lava lake, well, if there are lava lakes, but just below that, there's like this massive area of blackstone, which, stay still. Nope. Oh, yesterday I was like kind of here, and a gas came across and blew up this central section, which I had to go back to the drawing board and figure out what I had done. So this whole section is newly built. But that was annoying. Otherwise, it's been pretty good. Haven't had any getting stuck, but knowing my luck, it'll happen live on stream. That's where 10 debris now. And I started the stream, when was it? I don't know. How long have I been going? Started the stream with nothing. Wow. Started the stream with no debris. That's all fine. But I also started with looking at the TNT autocrafter and traveling here. Run, Cyclone. That's clear. That's clear enough. Haven't gone through, see, if you're standing in the wrong spot, you get shot and you lose a couple hearts from that. Haven't gone through, is it a warped forest that has lots of the Enderman? I think it's that one. Haven't had to deal with that with too many arrows and, like, you know, shooting arrows and Enderman don't mix. They tend to get upset at that. If that's far enough over that it's not going to disturb, yeah, that's fine. So you don't always need to fix the lava flows, it's more if it's in the way. Some more debris. So because these fade away, you get debris in. I've always found that it comes in like lines, so you'll have you have a bunch of debris and then nothing for ages. So I do have a basically new bow in my, like in the chest boat, so that I can repair it when ready. That's good. That's good. Did we have booming? Boom, boom, boom. Nice. So last season, I actually built the ice highway above the top, and then I would regularly have like scaffolding or something going down. Oh, thanks, Cyclone. Get the gold over there. Few too many Endermen for my liking. Yeah, so coming down for the, oh, sweet. Coming down with scaffold. Whoa, that's a, there you go. That's different. So the other thing that Silent Whisperer does is, like he builds it a little bit higher, but I find that by, what level is this? Oh, should probably get that. So we're standing on level 11. So I guess, yeah. So I've built the bottom standing on 10. So by doing that, it's actually a fair bit lower in the world, which means that if there's those bedrock caves and stuff, you don't have to go over massive chasms, which is another thing that I didn't like last season. So last season I built it strictly to Silent Whisperer's design, which, great design, love the ball. Uh-oh, you're gonna get mad. Ah! He mad. Can't really do much if they're going to hang around. Go away. Leave me alone. There we go. So his board design is fantastic. Love it. Does the job. I like that it fires every second one. Saves a ton of TNT. But there's just a few tweaks that you need to make that just make the whole thing, the whole experience a whole lot better. Good enough. How close is that? Oh, that's fine. Nothing standing on. Oh, thanks, Cyclone. Grab that gold. Gold. Much gold. No, Enderman. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. I didn't shoot anything. Wasn't me. Right, that's all good. Ha! Perfect. Occasionally, probably not down here, but occasionally you'll see... Oh, no. Why? Wasn't even looking at you. Just let me mine in peace. Not gonna win that fight. So another good thing about having the lights on the end here is you can see a lot clearer. a lot more clearly. I don't know. You can see clearer. You can see more clearly. That's annoying. Grammar. It is more visible when there's issues with the thing. So what sometimes can happen is it'll blow off the end, so the debris will be there, and then it'll just kind of punch in. That happens from time to time. But if you catch it early enough, then you just need to fix the end of the bore, which is, that takes nothing. Alright. What you doing, Cyclone? No, don't go that way, Cyclone, turn around. He's safe there. Oh! Watch out. Hang on, there's a lava flow. Oh. I do have fire protection on my helmet, and for these I always wear a golden helmet because there's often piglin, and they have a real problem with if you're not wearing gold, don't they? I did have one session where, before I started wearing gold regularly, or maybe it was I was mining some gold, I don't know what it was, but there was like 20 piglin all came for me, and the worst part was they got me, and one of them put on like my netherite armor, which that was suboptimal, and the same one picked up my sword, so I had to so I died a couple times trying to retrieve the stuff. Eventually got it all, so you know, all's well that ends well, but even so it was a little bit fraught. So we're now at 1868. This tunnel started, I think it was like 250 is when where I built the mine. So done a little bit of mining. People really like their netherite. I don't know, weird. So originally we had another member was selling netherite at the start, but he left. I don't know whether he left the server or he basically went inactive. And so I kind of, well, people still need the netherite, so I kind of took over the duties. That's when I built this bore. And yeah, glad I did, so that I could supply all that, but also so that I actually have the option of doing a netherite beacon, because I don't know, anyone who builds a netherite beacon without a bore is either crazy or extra crazy. Just makes life so much easier having this bore. What have we got down there? That's fine. Grab the gold. I think let's keep going until we get to half a stack of debris, and then I'll do a bit of work on Orthanc. So if you missed it in the stream, oh, thanks, Cyclone. Oh, good work. So if you missed it earlier in the stream, I'm collecting the black stone for Orthanc, which is Saruman's tower from Lord of the Rings, which is what I'm building around. There we go. That's what I'm building around my 16 stack village iron tower. Come on. It's not liking picking things up. There we go. Space there. Yeah, so this this gravel over here, that would cause problems for the bore. Like it'll explode some, but not everything. So it's good. Thanks, Cyclone. Super helpful, Cyclone. I appreciate the help. Blackstone. Let's just stick it there. That should be fine. Yep, here's good. Okay. Clear, clear. Oh no, that's not going to be clear. Like, if you're not collecting blackstone, this stuff is so annoying. So, to make it less annoying, I'm collecting it. I do like building with it, particularly like the polished. Just has a really nice look. Though it'd be nice if it had, like, you know how Deep Slate has those Deep Slate tiles. It'd be nice if there was a variant similar to that for Blackstone. I don't know, something a little bit more refined, because you got the bricks, which is cool, but yeah. Is that going to break my... Yes. Designed it perfectly. So on this server, you might have heard or seen the XP teleport. So on this server, I've added on this server I have added a command block. Gravel more just kind of blocks it. So what often happens, so like if it runs into the gravel, that's a problem, or like the gravel can collect onto the... Is that going down? Yeah. It can hit into the slime. Ah! But then also if it falls on top, it can cause issues. So as long as it is one block underneath the level of the bore, that's all fine. That's more what we want at this stage. Okay, that's all clear. Redstone Slime says, Blackstone's a lot easier to gather when Tanya's in your guild. Pretty much anything's easier to gather when Tanya's in your guild, I would imagine. Never had the good fortune to have Tanya in my guild yet. Maybe one day. Maybe next season? Who knows? But yeah, I think I gotta get a wriggle on with my pyramid, because if I don't, then I'm gonna be scrambling at the end of the season, and I just don't want that. That's all good. Oh, got some debris here. So technically you don't have to collect the debris every single time. Let's just lower that a little. Because the debris won't, the boom powder, the TNT, won't explode the debris, so it'll just kind of sit there. But if it's in the wrong spot, it will break the machine if you run into it, or it gets stuck on a slime. How are we going over here? Maybe a little close. So the TNT will take care of some of it, but yeah, it's, you want to give it some assistance. Right, that's good. That's all good. I think also having it in the middle, if there aren't issues, you can fire that off. Oh, thanks, Cyclone. 24, sweet. Getting there. So having it central like this, if there aren't any issues with lava or gravel or... Oh, grab that one, thank you. Then you can progress a lot faster than if it's on the side, because I found that, like with Silent Whisperer's design where it's on the side, it can be difficult to see where, like to see from one end to the other, just to make sure that there aren't any issues. So being able to tell whether it's going to run into some blackstone or something like that. So another reason to build it centrally. Plus also, if you're firing it off from one side, you kind of have to fire it and then run. Whereas this way, you can just keep it in the center. My throat. All right, where are we at? So you can kind of get a sense. That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's go. Bucketing down out there. Cyclone, you're a little close. Boom. I always find it funny when it starts raining in... Whoop. When it starts raining in-game and it's also raining outside. Of course, being in Australia, it's the middle of winter here. Whoa! Back into that cave. It's middle of winter over here, so it's been a little chilly. Nothing to complain about really, though. If you have to be out in the rain when it's cold, I don't know. It's just a little miserable. But Perth's pretty good. It'll rain heavy for a bit and then nothing for we get the heavy rain and then clear skies. So it's nice. Oh, another one. Sometimes that block's in a bad spot. Thanks, Cyclone. Wow. There we go. That lava flow should be fine, not interfering. Sometimes I like to leave those just to do a bit more mob proofing, not that it really matters from where I am, because with the lights that controls it a fair bit, not completely, but you can see most of the mobs are spawning out there where it doesn't matter as much to me. Though the magma cubes, I don't think, does magma cubes, do they have a light requirement? I don't think so. Because if they did, then they, whoop, I guess like pigmen, zombie ziglin. Because if magma cubes had a light, like a 0 light requirement, then surely they wouldn't, ooh, a lot of lava. Surely they wouldn't then spawn around lava, which they clearly do. So I think that's probably why I have such issues in basalt deltas. Yeah, man. Keep it together. And then obviously if you're in areas where here we go, more debris. If you're in areas where there's more Endermen, that can cause some issues. Whoa. Good thing about debris, whoa. Now that is going to cause issues. Good thing about debris is that even if it falls in lava, I usually break it just to make sure that I did actually get the lava, because otherwise you kind of block it off and then in the next explosion it comes back. Good thing about the ancient debris is that because it doesn't burn in lava, if you break some and it falls in lava, it's all good. A couple more up here. Oh yeah, 29. Oh, 30. We're close. It's good. Get that while I'm up here. Got some for me? Yay! 33. Half a stack. Thanks, Cyclone. Okay. I think we're good on that for now. So, next step. What am I doing? Next step. That's what I was trying to do. We're going to head back. I don't have a boat for you, Cyclone. How did you get here? Hopefully you took a boat. Should probably fill these in. So, let's go and do a little bit of work. Oh, he did have a boat. Cool. Gotta move that. Oop. Gotta move that to the other side. Don't worry, Cyclone, I'll leave it for you. No, 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 no. Alright, fine. Where'd you go? Cyclone, I had your boat. I was just moving it to the other side. Oh, there it is. Alright. Alright. There's your boat, Cyclone. Enjoy the magma. Follow me, magma. Okay. Let's go. So, I'm gonna take you to my 16 stack iron farm and gonna do a little bit more work on that. Build up some of the walls. Whoa. That was... Oh. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I had all kinds of issues with ghasts and magma cubes through this section here, so I just filled the whole thing in. But not so many issues. Ah, my word. Come on. Sorry if you're stuck, Cyclone. Loading problems. There we go. Now we're at the end. So I really don't want to break this boat because I've got a whole lot of stuff in here. Okay. So, normally I would ditch the glass and the glass panes and the ice, but yeah. Hey, Kianis. It's 3:19 AM just watching random streams. Welcome to this stream. We were doing some ancient debris mining, and now I'm going to go pick up some blackstone and take you over to my 16 stack iron farm. Got a little bit of work to do on that. I just dropped off a bunch of shulkers of blackstone down here. I know. What a mess. I'm going to build a multi-item storage system probably in that area there. Because I've got to clean up this stuff because it's disgusting. Right. let's go to the iron farm. When you're quite ready, come on. Hello. Wow, this is taking quite some time to load. Hello? World? There we go. That took forever. Okay, so over here, unsurprisingly, given the iron trapdoors. Yeah, I'm here cycling. It just took me a minute. Okay, so through here to the iron farm. So I showed the building of this in one of the videos recently. But this is where we're at. Now I can't sleep anywhere. So I'm going to yep, sun's going down. Where am I? Here we go. Let's go sleep at this village here. So this is where yeah, this is our iron farm. So this was my super well built breeder that bred up all that. So let's get a good, yeah, cyclone's somewhere off there, I think. And then my pyramid is off in that direction. So once I've built all this, I'm gonna connect it down onto the earth somehow. But this is all that I'm building. It's going to be decorated around the outside and with all the fancy patterns and everything that you see from the White Tower. So the White Tower, why would it be called the White Tower? It's black. All I think is black. So I need a stone cutter. And then so it goes down a fair way. Let's ditch this, don't need that. Let's get set up real quick. Oops. And then that can be smelting. Oops, don't need the glass panes. And let's go. It's not ideal putting down a stone cutter like so, but I don't know, it's fine. So most of this I'm going to need one that is these polished black stone, and then the rest are going to be bricks. So this section of the walls, before it kind of flares out into the horns, which if you've seen Lord of the Rings, the horns is where Gandalf jumps off. Spoiler alert from 2001, where Gandalf jumps off into and jumps onto Gwahir the eagle. Yes, I have watched Lord of the Rings once or twice. Read all the books once or twice, including things like Unfinished Tales and Silmarillion, and obviously The Hobbit. Alright, that's empty. Not quite. Yeah. Normally I'd be a bit more efficient, but way, hello. Eek, not quite. Where are we? Here. So every 12 blocks I go in one, so it'll just miss that section there. Sorry, Red. I know you were you are hanging out for the movie. Sorry for spoiling the movie. But, I mean, the books came out years before I was born. And the ending's not really a surprise. Right, so we got 208, which means that the next one is 220. So let's do a little bit of work on this. And then we'll call it a day. As you can see, we've got 16 villages, and each village has 10 villages in there. And so we get around, let me just reset all this, because I don't need that. So we get around a stack of iron ingots per minute from this farm, which is not bad. Red says I spoiled all of it. Yes. It's ruined. Now he can never watch Lord of the Rings. I do feel though that if you haven't watched it by this point, maybe you're not gonna. I think 2001 the first movie came out, which may be older than some of you on this stream. Which feels weird to say. I old. Wow. I do really love the clear water texture. That's always a fun one. There's a pack that does that. And I've got my, what's that over there? A village there. Shipwreck there. Just in the distance. That's my pyramid there. You can see the camp right there. That camp is, Jess was Lavender Mama. She was in my guild. Should pay a bit more attention to the thing. She was in my guild and she's building a circly thingy. Unfortunately, she had issues and wasn't able to play. Injury issues, which made it very difficult for our poor thing. So we're going to keep going to 220, and then we got the slabs. I do like that Amazon Prime has Lord of the Rings now. Though, if you've just watched the regular Lord of the Rings, you're missing out. So we watched the extended version of all 4 movies, which is it just adds so much more. Like they cut bits and pieces through it. I don't know. Normally I prefer just the director's cut, but I don't know. I like Lord of the Rings. What can I say? I know. I didn't really give that impression, but I do. So I think the texturing of this thing is going to be interesting. I'm not really the most texturing kind of guy, but I'll give it a shot. So oh. It's missing a block. Who stole that block? Deal with that later. Okay, we're at 218. So, like this particular tower in some of the designs, I kind of like the way that they did it in the movie, the design of this tower, as opposed to the illustrations in the book, which it's more just kind of it's a little bit more boring. But in the movie, it's got these big feet things coming out the side. And like I studied that. I studied the. Some people have done some designs and stuff, and so I tried to get the proportions and the angles and stuff right. Took quite a bit of planning, but I think it's coming together quite nicely, at least the way that I like it. So that's good. So each of these villages is inside a single chunk, and so you can see the chunks are all laid out. The glass, this outside glass is outside the chunk, but other than that, everything is inside it. And I'm using the slabs on the outside mainly for the, like, so along here, mainly so I don't have to do any light to spawn proof, because it just look weird if, you know, this thing is supposed to be smoothly going up and there's creepers just kind of sitting on there. I have had a few creepers show up on the walls, particularly lower down before 220, so this is the last one, before the slabs. I have had some creepers show up on the walls lower down before it got closer to, so you got a fair bit of light on these ones, and those were some scary moments. But thankfully, with its blast resistance, not much of the wall was damaged. It's all good. So, off in the distance near here, I've built a honey farm, which has got like 150 bees, something like that. Over there, it produces a lot of honey, but because it has so many bees, I only run it, or I only go near it when there's no one else on the server, because otherwise, with the 200 mob cap, it causes issues, and I don't know, people don't like not being able to have mobs. Weird. Given that I'm one of those people. Like, hey, you destroyed the mobs. So, well, didn't need to jump there. Gonna need to craft some more blackstone in a sec. So it just comes in by one. I'll reconnect those later. Yeah, now's a good time for grabbing some of that blackstone that we mined. So this is the stuff that's freshly mined. How good. It's always fun to see random golems show up. Just saying hi. So hopefully it's not too hot where you are. I'm guessing most people are tuning in from the northern hemisphere. You are a little bit sweaty over there. It's I think it's like 15 degrees Celsius here, which, let me see, 15 plus, no, double it and add 30, so what's that, 60 Fahrenheit, thereabouts. Personally, I'm not much of a fan of the cold. Some people love it. How about you, chat? Are you a fan of the cold, or you prefer the heat? What do people think? Hot or cold, or just whatever the weather dishes up? I've actually recast, what's the word? remapped my pick block. So before you had to press the scroll button down, I've remapped my pick block so that it is on the R key, which makes it easier. As in, the weather is generally hotter. So red says currently hotter than you, but not bad. Ah, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, you don't think of Canada as being particularly warm, but I've seen it get up there. You know, there's places where it gets up to like 40 degrees, and you think, oh, Celsius, which is like 105 Fahrenheit, I think. That's cooking. Like, we'll often get up to those sort of temperatures, but this is Australia. People expect it to be hot here. Probably go sleep. Yoink. Falling. Woohoo! Oh man, it's not showing my new cape. That's annoying. So I just got... Oh, someone slept. Thank you. So I just got the new 15-year cape from the Minecraft event. Where am I? Where was I going? Here. Let's see. Dressing room, maybe? All these errors from one of the packs. It was showing up before. No. Oh well. Minecraft was having some issues earlier today. I noticed when I jumped on. Hello, who's that? Cyclone? Yep. Hey, Cyclone. Can be a little difficult to land on this thing. Yeah, my cape was showing up yesterday, but I don't know what's going on. Like, there was... Don't do that. There was login issues and stuff, so that was unfortunate. I think we got all that. There we go. And we can keep building along. So close to the top. I reckon I'm going to keep going till I get to the top there, and then we'll call it a day. Oh yeah. Canada gets way colder than probably anywhere in Australia, I would imagine. In winter. Like, for example, here in Perth, where I live, which is in the south, which, given that we're southern hemisphere, is the equivalent of living in the north of the country. But like, it's never gotten to 0 degrees Celsius, which 32 freezing point of water. So we've never had snow in Perth. The only time it rarely ever gets even a dusting of snow. There's a mountain right down south. We don't have many big mountains here, but there's a mountain called Bluff Knoll that occasionally gets a light dusting of snow, but that's the only place, to my knowledge, in Western Australia that it snows. But otherwise, it's never snowed here. Only time I've seen snow was we went to Europe, to France in 2009, and I saw snow for the first time there, which I was kind of old. I think I was not far off 30 by that stage. First time I saw snow. So everyone that gets to play in snow and everything, imagine seeing snow for the first time when you've finished university. Let's put it that way. Vancouver area has quite mild winters. They don't get much snow. Oh really? There you go. Yeah, but they do get snow, which is more than we have here. yeah, we had a very, very long hot summer this year. Normally by March it kind of, well, March is usually a bit warm, but then end of March, early April, that's when it kind of breaks and you get nicer weather and a bit of rain and everything. But we had, was it 20 mils of rain for the entire year into mid-May, which that's like nothing. It was, yeah, it was a rough summer. Particularly for all my plants. What was it? 220, so that makes it 232 is the next one. It's funny looking down on the clouds. And then, like, there's a section there where your head is often in the clouds. So close. I'm wondering, what do you think? Should I do the outside detailing with possibly deep slate? Do you reckon that'd look any good, or should I do it with black stone? So the detailing is going to have ridges and it's going to be like arches and that sort of thing. I think I'll have to play around in creative to see whether it's going to look any good. Yep, getting a little short on the black stone. So you go through it pretty quick. That was weird. You go through blackstone pretty quickly when you're doing this. Make sure I leave 2 slots. RIP Destiny says Blackstone. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning in that direction. Maybe, I reckon, maybe polished Blackstone with some chiseled variants. That could look good. So I should probably keep collecting the Blackstone when I'm doing my debris mining. Probably for the best. Actually, yeah, that'd look pretty cool. The only thing I was worried about with the deep, I mean, I have so much deep slate, it's not funny. The only thing I was kind of worried about with the deep slate is that, like, the colors don't quite match up. Plus, also, like, I wasn't sure how long the season was going to last, but it's looking like it's going to last a little bit longer. And so I didn't want to build like halfway up and then kind of get stuck and go. Yeah. So the focus is on finishing off the pyramid, but this is kind of a nice side project. Haven't done any videos on this tower just because, I don't know, for me it was more just kind of building it up and then, I don't know, trying to find angles and everything. Look, I probably coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I didn't. For me, this was more, I think I was in a bit of a rut with the video creation, because with the building the pyramid, like, everything just takes such a long time because it's such a huge task. And so, like, the videos that I do of the pyramid there, it's usually like, you know, 50-60 hours of footage that I condense down into a 10-minute video. So I was kind of over it, really. Kind of over the whole process of filming a large mega build and doing it, well, not over it for the pyramid. Love doing that. More a case of couldn't really face doing it again for another mega build, particularly because I wasn't sure how this turned out, and if I wasn't happy with it, no one would ever see it. And unless you stumbled across it in world, and given that Cyclone is in my guild and has a base not far from here, and he hadn't seen it, I don't think anyone would have seen it if I hadn't been happy with it. But I am, so it's all good. What did I say? 232 for the next one in. So it's just kind of gonna scrape on the inside here. Just really gonna finish it off. I think, like, I didn't plan on doing this tower or anything around here. Like, I was thinking of maybe doing like a giant villager statue, but I think when it turned out the way that it did, then particularly with the cross shape, I guess, that's when I started thinking, oh, that'd look good with a giant Orthanc tower. It's a long way down. And then our industrial area is just over there, which I've shown on a couple of the streams. I think my next video is going to be a tutorial on the TNT crafter. Why was 10 scared? Is it because 7, 8, 9? So these pipes down, those are, if you don't have it right, then I found all the iron and all the drops were just kind of spilling out all over the place. Whoa, that was a close call. Pay attention, Wolf. Yeah, so I kind of did a little bit of industrial. Look, it could be cleaner, sure. But this is an industrial area. Some messiness is expected. But yeah, I gotta do a multi-item sorting thing. There was a Silent Whisperer design that I kind of like the look of. I'm debating between a couple of different styles, but there's one that uses basically you fill the items in the chest as long as you've got one item of each, which isn't ideal, but then it uses hoppers to push through, and then essentially a dropper item elevator in between, which kind of thinking along those lines, but I don't know. I'm torn on that one, because like I kind of like the idea of a kind of like the idea of the one with the item categorizer with the there we go, item categorizer with the rail lines and all that. Never built one of those ones before. How does 7, 8, 9 win 7? Because it was between 9 and 11. 7, 4. I'm struggling to read Red Slime's comment because there's like the heart emoji on my chat is behind 7 something 9. I can't quite see it. Why was 10 scared? Because it was in between 911. I like that one. Works in the American context, not so much in the Australian context, because our emergency number is 000. Oh, look how close I am. So close to the top. Alright, let's grab some more. So we can finish this thing off. What have we got? 230. I'm going to need some more slabs very soon. And the rest, we can go polish blackstone. Ah, how does 7 eat 9 when 7 is less than 9? Have you ever seen a python swallow a kangaroo? I believe the term is articulated jaws. That's a frightening thought. Seeing 7 with giant jaws that kind of swallow a large number. Alright, one more block up and then we have slabs. Man, I really hope that... Yep, that's going to skate by. That's perfect. I planned and calculated and did some more calculations and double checked my calculations to make sure that Red doesn't live in Australia. I know. But GuildRock told the joke. Whoops. I thought usually at this height... Oh my gosh. Keep hitting T instead of R. I thought rain at this height... Or maybe I'm not quite high enough. Normally rain turns into snow when you get high enough. So my Queen of the South tower is pretty high. Oh, wow, come on. And at the top of that, when it's raining, it turns into snow. Oh, Red doesn't see pythons or kangaroos, and a lot of other animals that try to kill you. What? You don't have drop bears over there? You don't have spiders the size of your hand? Actually, the spiders that are the size of your hand are generally quite nice. They're called huntsmen, which is a scary name for a scary spider that is very friendly and generally just leaves you alone. Though there's a video I saw of a huntsman, and so bearing in mind this is a spider, and it was dragging a mouse up a wall into its hiding spot. But yeah, that was unfortunate. You don't see many pythons here in Western Australia. That's more a Queensland thing, which is the other side of the country, which is a very, very long way away. But there's been plenty of times where, so I've got one of my brothers lives over in Queensland, and there's lots of times over in Queensland where you get like a python will crawl into the roof space, and sometimes the ceiling isn't strong enough to support it. So imagine a giant 20-30 foot python falling through your ceiling. That's Queensland. Red says, we just have 1,000 mosquitoes. Mosquitoes? What's wrong with me? 1,000 mosquitoes per cubic meter. Yeah, the mozzies can get bad here. Where I live in Perth, a lot of this area was swamp originally, so it's yeah, the mozzies can get pretty bad over here. but it's also nice because it means that we have a lot of wetlands. So they drain some of the swamp for housing. Oh, I'm out of blackstone. They drain some of the swamp for housing, but they also left a lot of the wetlands, so it's really nice. There's a couple of lakes around where I live, and I go running there quite regularly. At the moment, training for a marathon, so I'm running around 100 kilometers a week, which is 14 k's a day, which is, what's that in miles? 8 miles a day, thereabouts. 100 k's a week is 60 miles a week. This will be my 13th marathon, so it should be good. If things keep going to plan the way that they are, and I, touch wood, stay uninjured, hoping to set a new personal best on that one. I'm a slow runner. I enjoy running, but I'm not one of these speedsters. So I'm targeting 4 hours and 30 for the marathon, which I think I'm on track for. Yeah. Right. Oh, this was exactly what I was talking about before. We've got the got the rain going in game, and I got the rain going outside IRL. Alright, let's take it up to the top of that. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to finish this off, finish off this area, so I'm going to take it up to the height of that and then call it a day on this stream. Because I've got to plan it in creative, but I do know that there's going to be these massive horns coming out on each side. Just not exactly sure. I think I'll probably go up 12 from here and maybe put in a roof at that spot. Yeah, oh, don't do that. Alright, should be good to go. There's a giant bird on my roof right now. Might be a crow, but it's probably what we call a bin chicken, which is an Australian white ibis. And it kind of sounds like a horse running across the roof. Who dat? Is that Cyclone? Probably Cyclone. Hey Cyclone! This has been a labour, that's for sure. It's taken me, well, it's taken a few months to get to this point because all this blackstone had to be mined out of the Nether. That's why if you go through if you saw earlier on the stream, where I was showing where I've mined, if you go back through there you'll see there's not much blackstone there at all. There's a little bit early on before I had decided to build this, but there's really not that much blackstone through that whole section. I think Falcon was asking me if he could come in and mine some blackstone from the mining site, and I said to him, sorry mate, not really anything to see. You're welcome to try, but yeah. Here we go. This is exciting. Someone's racing. I don't know if you can hear that through the microphone. It's a souped up car outside. could have made the villages so that I could trade with them, but Super Collide he's already in my guild. He's already made like the best village that you could imagine for trading. Got literally everything that you could possibly need, so there's not really any point in making them trading. If I was to do it again, I don't think I would do Fletchers. I think I would do farmers just to save a bit on resources. But I did have a lot of flint, so it's fine. Alright, one more after this, and we're done. And it's important that you have the copper rods, because the last thing you want after stacking all these villages, be quiet, car outside. Last thing you want after stacking all these villages is to lose them, and some of them turn into witches, and that would just be awful. Particularly because they're on the outside wall. If you didn't have copper, I think, if you didn't have the lightning rods, I think they could hit anywhere down there, so that would be certainly suboptimal. Uh-oh. Was not paying attention. I was just thinking this is the last level for this section. How do you get magenta dye? Wow, my brain's not working today, is it? It is. It's red and. It's red and blue, maybe. Like. Wait, no, I was thinking Lily. always listen to Redstone Slime. No, I was just thinking about a conversation that Super Collide and I were having about about making grey dye, because I was saying that you should just use bone meal and ink sacs, and he pointed out that if you use the bone meal to make lilies of the valley, then you make a lot more from the same amount. Alright, how good is that? Let's have a fly around. Let's look at it from a better angle. There we go. That's taken shape. I mean, sure, if you want to build a wool farm, that's fine. Maybe I can show you where it is. How good. Alright, so we've got our honey farm there. We head down, let's head down this way, show the wool farm, and then we'll be done. So, see, we've got the shipwreck here along the coast. That's Lavender Mama's circle that she hasn't finished. I'm sure there's something in some of my shulkers. And here's the pyramid in all its semi-finished glory. Wow. Loading. Come on. Load in. Got our ocean monument there with the Guardian farm inside. And then that's all. There's Gaming District. So this is all fully spawn proofed. It's all black concrete and black glass. Queen of the South up there to my tower, which someone was like, you've built it off center, off by a block. But I've made too many mistakes to not triple, double, quadruple check. Alright, so over here is our wool farm. Superclide built this one. It's a all-purpose farm. And I can never remember how to get back in. Because he's changed where... He's changed the entrance a few times. Ah, there we go. So he's built a proper one. So we have on this side, we have our wool farm with all the different colors of wool. Different levels have different amounts of wool. So you see, we have got purple, we've got magenta. I would assume magenta would be pink and white. So yeah, we have all our sheep farming in there, and yeah, this is basically a all-in-one. Pretty much everything that can be farmed is farmed in one spot. Everything. So yeah, Cyclone, if you're watching, we already got one, but by all means, build another one. It's all good. So this is what Jess spent most of her time working on, this library here, which is just stunning. Which is why she didn't get to building her mega base. I mean, this is kind of her mega base. Like, well, this is the communal tranquility library. We have our bulk storage underneath here, but I mean, just look at this. Wish I could build like this. So we've got, this is the tranquility area. That's my pyramid, that's my base. We're currently here. That's Dickie's area. Up here, that is Super Collides, and then Sam's stuff is all over here. Alright, thanks everyone for joining this stream. I hope you had a good time, and I will see you in the next one.